Hello, my name is Professor Niall Chamberlain, and I'm the President of the Mathematical Association, and welcome to the 25th edition of What is the Point of Mathematics? And without further ado, here is our guest, and let our guest introduce themselves. Go ahead.
Good morning, Nara. My name is Zia Rahman. I am currently the Curriculum Director for STEM at Guildhouse School here based in central London. I've been an educator and a maths enthusiast for over 20 years. I tend to ignore the zeros now. But yeah, and constantly get up every morning, absolutely enthused about what I'm about to do.
Excellent, excellent. Well, it's good to have you on board, Zia, and I'm looking forward to this conversation. So we're going to go straight into it. So, what, in your opinion, what is the point of mathematics?
It's an interesting question that you pose because from a personal point of view, I see mathematics as there's a myriad of layers. I do think that sometimes we confuse numeracy and mathematics, and I acknowledge that they overlap considerably, but I do see them as distinct regions within the field of mathematics itself. For me, maths was a way to understand the world, a way to understand programming. Back at university, I was doing Fortran 77, and that helped. Being logical helped, and doing little things like Tarski's World and so on. So amazing things with discrete maths. Brilliant. I've always loved the abstractness of pure mathematics, and that for me is helps me to really understand the world. If you ask my mother, for her, mathematics was about growing up. It was about settling the household budgets and making sure there was enough to get to the next month. It's a different kind of mathematics. If I talk to my daughter, she's currently at university, and she's reading mathematics, but with a view to extending that in a financial area, so looking to go into banking and finance. So there's mathematics for the beauty of it. That's how I see it. There's mathematics for the purpose of it, which is what I would say my daughter is doing. And then there's mathematics which is essential, which I would say joins in between, sort of mathematical literacy, mathematical numeracy, if you like, and then everything that falls in between the cracks.
Cool. So I like that. So in effect, is what you're saying is that there's a myriad of different mathematics. Each has its some. Even though we're talking about myriads, is that you're saying that there are overlaps, but and again, each has its functionality and each has its own use. So. So let's say, for instance, when let's say a 15-year-old says, "What is the point what is the point of mathematics?" You'd say there are different layers, different myriads. As in the case of finding the level that suits you, that aspires to your passion. Would you be of agreement with that?
Oh, 100%. As an example, when I as a senior person, as a leader within an organization, often I find myself walking around the building, just jumping into various classrooms. And it's quite often that I might walk into a health and social care class or course and speak to the students about the mathematics behind an insulin pump, or the mathematics behind making sure you've got the right measurement. You've put 5 milliliters rather than 5 liters on a saline drip. You know what the impacts are. I might I have a student in my own personal tutor group who is really keen on coding, and I sit with him and we talk about how we can code this way and that way, where it might take him, what's the logic behind this and the syntax that he's using in programming. And I think that my own knowledge of maths, which is not vast, but my own knowledge of maths allows to point people in the right directions. And 15-year-olds are different. They can't all be lumped together. I think my personal experience growing up in North London, vibrant community, not everybody gets maths, but I accept that, but that doesn't mean you cannot be numerate. And yeah, it's being able to make it real, make it come alive. And I think that's my role, and I enjoy it so much.
Okay, so you heard it. You heard the statement there. Make it real, make it come alive. That's what. Make it real, make it come alive. I like that. We're going to say that. Make it real, make it come alive. There you go. I like that better. Make it real, make it come alive. There you go. Right. So I shall move on to the next question. Right. Last year, our Prime Minister says that mathematics should be made compulsory to everybody up to the age of 18. What is your view on this?
This is a difficult one, and I'm going. I believe yes, everybody should not be forced, but should be entitled. I think that's the key phrase. Everyone should be entitled to improve their understanding of mathematics as they go through the stages of their own education. Whether you are at the age of 15, 16, 17, you're starting a family and you need to, there's a finance aspect, there's a literate sort of being really, really knowledgeable about how money works, where it goes. There's that aspect of mathematics, numeracy. I think when you get to the age of 18, a lot of our young people, particularly with the group that I work with in sixth form, their intentions are to go to university, and we often leave them unprepared for what they face, the challenges of sort of a first-year psychology student. Yes, I'm on psychology, I've dropped maths, amazing. And then they realize that they have no clue about Minitab or SPSS or statistical analyses, what those things mean. My own self, again, I will refer to my role as a personal tutor. It's incumbent upon me to raise not just mathematicians, but model citizens. And a question that I've posed during a PSHE lesson would be, do you understand what it means? It could be controversial. Do you understand what it means? A few years ago, 1 in 3 marriages ended in divorce. This is a UK statistic produced by the ONS. But if I'm a different newspaper, I will tell you that approximately 70% of marriages never end in divorce. And how do you feel about that? Is that a happy statistic, sad statistic? And it's the way you pitch and present. So, and I've just touched upon another of the layers. Statistics is something also that is fundamental to how we develop as an economy, as a nation, as individuals. I had the pleasure of speaking to Professor Paul Glaister at a conference a couple of years ago. And the advisory group on the curriculum 2030 and where we will be at 2030, you know, it's essential that people are data literate and data science literate. So there's so many things as AI steps into the arena quite rapidly. We have to change the way we teach, the way we approach assessment of those skills. So there's a huge amount of things that we as educators need to be aware of. I am pretty certain that most of my students are more aware of it than myself already. And I'm one of those strange people. I embrace ChatGPT. It's like, yeah, go ahead, use it, use it. But my dilemma is now to construct, to change the way I ask my questions, to this is not going to go away. Like calculators never went away. This is here to stay, and we can't bury our heads in the sand. And like I say, make it live, make it real. You know, it is about meeting real world challenges. But in the back of my head, I'd like somebody to go forward and study a hypercube and what it means to us. So I was helping my daughter sort of parametric equations. I can't even remember now, with the 3D geometry and shading regions. And I like that aspect of it. And the art in mathematics, there's so much, it is everywhere, everywhere.
Excellent, excellent. And so one of the things that you know, make it real, make it live, but also is that we're not just here just to produce mathematicians, but we're here. Mathematics is here to produce model citizens. Zia, thank you very much indeed for that insightful answers to these questions. And so my name is Professor Darren Chamberlain. I'm the president of the Mathematical Association, and this was the 25th edition of What is the Point of Mathematics? Thank you very much indeed, and goodbye.
Thank you.